Distinguished guests, distingués invités, mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the heads of mission designate led by the Chief of Protocol of Canada. Accueillons les chefs de mission désignés, accompagnés du chef du protocole du Canada. Je vous demanderai de bien vouloir vous lever pour l'arrivée de Son Excellence, la très honorable Julie Payette, gouverneure générale du Canada. I ask you to now please rise for the arrival of Her Excellency, the Right Honorable Julie Payette, Governor General of Canada. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir. On behalf of Her Excellency, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Rideau Hall for this presentation of letters of credence. J'aimerais débuter cette cérémonie en invitant le chef du protocole du Canada, M. Roy Norton, à nous présenter les chefs de mission désignés à la gouverneure générale. I now invite the Chief of Protocol of Canada, Mr. Roy Norton, to present the heads of mission designate to the Governor General.
Merci, Madame Jaton. Excellences, distinguished guests, family members, colleagues, Mesdames et Messieurs, je suis ravi de me joindre à vous aujourd'hui pour accueillir un nouveau groupe de chefs de mission diplomatique au Canada. I'm delighted to join you today to welcome a new group of heads of mission to Canada. Let us begin with His Excellency Adinka Olatukunbo Ashekun, High Commissioner Designate for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please. High Commissioner Designate Ashekun has had a long and distinguished career in Nigeria's financial and business sectors, including more than 3 decades spent in the retail banking sector. In 2011, His Excellency founded Hebron Limited, a training and consulting firm specializing in retail banking strategy. Since that time, he has been Chief Executive Officer. Concurrently, from 2012 to 2017, he served as chairman of WEMA Bank, a Nigerian commercial bank. In 2016-17, he was the non-executive director of eTransact International, a Nigerian firm providing electronic switching and payment processing services. Prior to these positions, he held managerial posts at the SC Johnson Company, Oceanic Bank International, and the United Bank for Africa, among others. High Commissioner Designate Ashekun earned a BA in Business Administration from the University of Wisconsin and an MBA from California State University. His Excellency is married to Olawunmi Ibiola Ashekun, and they have 4 children. They're joined today by their son Olusegun and daughter Ianolua. Your Excellency, the High Commissioner Designate for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Prochainement, Son Excellence Mohamed Imed Torjaman, ambassadeur désigné de la République tunisienne. Ambassadeur désigné Torjeman a une expérience riche et très distinguée au service de son pays, à la fois en Tunisie et à l'étranger. Son Excellence est un diplomate de carrière. Au sein du ministère des Affaires étrangères, il a occupé plusieurs postes, notamment ceux de directeur des relations bilatérales avec les pays africains, chef de division à la Direction générale pour l'Europe et directeur adjoint chargé des relations avec l'Union européenne. Son Excellence a servi comme consul de Tunisie à Naples, en Italie, consul de Tunisie à Hambourg, en Allemagne, et comme consul adjoint au consulat de Tunisie à Hambourg. En 2014, il a été promu au grade de ministre plénipotentiaire. L'ambassadeur désigné Torjeman est titulaire d'un diplôme de langue russe de l'Institut Pouchkine de Moscou. Il est également détenteur d'une maîtrise de traduction de l'Université de Tunis. Son Excellence est marié à Hissène Torjeman et père de 2 enfants. Sa fille Sulemina est présente ici aujourd'hui. Votre Excellence, l'ambassadeur désigné de la République tunisienne. His Excellency Martin Alberto Vizcarra Cornejo, Ambassador Designate of the Republic of Peru. His Excellency is Peru's current Vice President and its former Minister of Transport and Telecommunications. Ambassador Designate Vizcarra has a civil engineering degree from Peru's National School of Engineering and a postgraduate diploma in management administration from the School of Business Administration in Lima. From 2011 to 2014, His Excellency served as governor of the province of Moquegua, where he governed with a pro-business economic platform while strongly supporting educational and social programs. During his tenure, Ambassador-designate Vizcarra led Moquegua to become Peru's second most competitive region for business. He also keenly advocated for the creation of dialogue mechanisms to resolve social conflicts. His Excellency Vizcarra was a member of the board for Peru's state-owned electric power generation company, Egusur, and a member of the advisory committee of the National Council of Science and Technology. Ambassador-designate Vizcarra and his wife Maribel Diaz are parents to 4 children. Your Excellency, the Ambassador-designate of the Republic of Peru. His Excellency Felix Nicolas Nfula, High Commissioner Designate for the Republic of Zambia. High Commissioner Designate Nfula has enjoyed a distinguished career in both the private and public sectors. For more than 30 years, His Excellency served with the Bank of Zambia. He was regional director from 1995 to 2002, and then was deputy governor for 5 years before transitioning to the private sector in 2007. In 2014, High Commissioner Designate Nfula was appointed by President Edgar Lungu as provincial chairman of the Patriotic Front, Zambia's governing party in the country's northern province. From 2008 to 14, His Excellency served as chairman of the Copperbelt University Council. Since 2007, he has been the Chief Executive Officer and owner of Prefix Enterprises Limited, a hygiene cleaning services and landscaping company, and of Prefix Hotels Limited. His Excellency holds a Master of Business Administration from Delft University in the Netherlands and a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from the University of Zambia. He has also undertaken study programs at Harvard University and the New York Institute of Finance. High Commissioner-designate Nfula and his wife Priscilla Chimata Nfula are parents to 4 daughters and a son. They are joined today by their daughter Nkonde. Your Excellency, the High Commissioner-designate for the Republic of Zambia. Her Excellency Kelly Craft, Ambassador-designate of the United States of America. Ambassador-designate Craft is a distinguished philanthropist, community leader, and consultant. She has devoted her career to improving the lives of her fellow citizens and contributing to the democratic process. Her Excellency graduated with a Bachelor of Arts from the University of Kentucky, an institution she continues to actively support as a member of its Board of Trustees. Together with her husband Joseph Craft, she founded the Craft Academy for Excellence in Science and Mathematics at Morehead State University in Kentucky. The Academy is a residential high school for exceptional students and provides college scholarships to its graduates in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Morehead State University recently awarded Ambassador-designate Craft with an honorary doctorate. Among other community work, she has served as an executive committee member of the Republican Governors Association, national vice chair of the Trump Victory Joint Fundraising Committee, and co-chair of the 2015 inaugural committee for the governor and lieutenant governor of Kentucky. In 2007, Her Excellency was an alternate delegate to the United Nations General Assembly, giving her firsthand experience with multilateral diplomacy and an appreciation for how Canada and the United States work together to advance shared priorities. Her Excellency and her husband, Joseph Walton Craft III, have a large family. Your Excellency, the Ambassador-designate for the United States of America. Mesdames et Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, j'aimerais maintenant inviter les nouveaux chefs de mission à se joindre à Son Excellence pour une photo de groupe. I would like now to invite the new heads of missions to join Her Excellency for a group photograph.
Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir. Thank you very much, Mr. Norton. J'inviterai maintenant Son Excellence le Gouverneur général à bien vouloir nous adresser la parole. Mesdames et Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, Son Excellence le Gouverneur général du Canada, Her Excellency the Governor General of Canada.
Mesdames et Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, bonjour, bienvenue au Canada. C'est un grand privilège pour moi d'être ici aujourd'hui pour vous souhaiter la bienvenue. C'est aussi ma première cérémonie à recevoir les lettres de créance des ambassadeurs. Ça me fait chaud au cœur. It's my first letter of credence ceremony, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to Canada. I tend to use the same analogies all the time just because in my previous life I served for more than 20 years in another function. And that other function took me to heights that I had dreamt of but never imagined. Got to see things differently just because when you have perspective and you step back, you always see things differently. Perspective gives us an ability to see things better, I think. I served on board the International Space Station twice on 2 different missions, and that also gave me a different kind of perspective. The true belief that if we work together, if we put our minds together, if we join forces, if we find what we have in common, and we look for common goals, that we will achieve greater things. That international collaboration, which is going on in space right now, is a true example that it can work. We can work together, and as ambassadors and high commission to your countries, that's exactly what we're hoping that you will do with us here in Canada. J'espère bien que le temps que j'ai passé dans l'espace va nous servir comme exemple, mais c'est vraiment vous qui allez faire ce travail ici avec le Canada, et c'est un grand plaisir de vous accueillir sur ce petit coin de planète qui s'appelle le Canada. High Commissioner Ashikun, it is a pleasure to receive your credentials as Nigeria's representative to Canada. Diplomatic relations have existed between our 2 countries for 55 years. Today, Nigeria is an important strategic partner for Canada in sub-Saharan Africa. We work together on development, humanitarian cause, security, and commerce. In recent years, we formed the Binational Commission as a forum for exchange on these and other issues. What you might not know is that one of the most photographed regions of Africa is that of Lake Chad, which a beautiful lake that you shared with other countries like Cameroon, Chad. We photograph Lake Chad because it's undergone serious shrinking and regrowing recently. And I wanted to commend you in particular for the creation many years ago of the National Space Research and Development Agency, one of the only space agencies in Africa, and using space technology to monitor what is happening right here on the ground, which I believe is a way to the future. And also I've heard rumors that you might be thinking of putting an astronaut in space before 2030. I highly recommend that. I'm optimistic about the potential for Canada and Nigeria to forge deeper ties. And let me finish, High Commissioner, by commending your country in its ambitious plans, as I mentioned. Monsieur l'ambassadeur Torgeman de la Tunisie, je vous souhaite une chaleureuse bienvenue au nom de tous les Canadiens. Cette année marque le 60e anniversaire des relations bilatérales entre nos 2 pays. Vous le savez sûrement, le Canada compte plus de 15 000 citoyens canadiens d'origine tunisienne, dont la majorité réside au Québec. Les liens entre nos 2 pays prennent de l'ampleur dans les sphères du commerce, du développement et de la politique. Et le Canada appuie le cheminement de la Tunisie en faveur de l'édification d'une société démocratique et pluraliste. Et encore plus, j'avais eu la chance de venir participer à une réunion de NATEG, North American Tunisian Engineering Group, en 2015 à Djerba, pour faire créer des liens, partager des expériences pour le développement technologique aussi de la Tunisie, ce qu'on doit continuer de faire entre nos 2 pays, puisque les échanges techniques sont très importants pour nos 2 pays. Bienvenue au Canada. Ambassadeur Vizcarra, pardonnez-moi. I'm pleased to welcome you on behalf of all Canadians. Peru and Canada are great friends in the Americas. We are like-minded on important matters such as governance, human rights, and democracy. We work together through the Organization of American States and on economic initiatives such as the Pacific Alliance and the Trans-Pacific Partnership. In trade, education, defense, and in the environment, we are partners who can do much to improve people's lives. Es un placer de recibir usted en Canadá. No he visitado Perú, pero lo he visto del espacio. Es un país maravilloso con las cordilleras del Andes detrás. Oh, beautiful. I anticipate continued cooperation between Canada and Peru, thanks in part to your efforts, Mr. Ambassador. Bienvenido en Canada. High Commissioner Mufla, it is a pleasure to welcome you as Zambia's representative to Canada. Our two countries enjoy a good relationship that's based upon strong ties between Canadians and Zambians. The Commonwealth, development cooperation, and the mining sector are some of the means by which we have worked together over the decades. More recently, Canada and Zambia have collaborated closely in working to end child, early, and forced marriages. Canada is also encouraged by Zambia's effort on peace building and good governance. As I've just mentioned to the ambassador from Peru, I have never been to Zambia, but I've seen it from space. And maybe you don't know, but the southern part of Africa is an absolutely luscious and gorgeous piece of this planet. And unknown to many of us, it's a extraordinarily resourceful place. Welcome to Canada, Mr. Ambassador. Ambassador Kraft, what a pleasure to welcome you as the first female ambassador of the United States to Canada. The relationship between our two countries is uniquely and profoundly important. We share just North America. We have a long and rich history of cooperation and exchange on trade, the border, energy, the environment, culture, and defense. And of course, my own years of experience working and learning in the United States taught me so much and convinced me of all that we can achieve together. And it just so happened that right now, on board the International Space Station, the commander of the International Space Station hails from Kentucky. Randy Bresnik was born in Fort Knox, Kentucky. Randy and his colleague, American Mark Van der Heij, colleagues of mine from Houston, performed 3 spacewalks in the last few weeks. The first one on October 5. I think they did this on purpose to welcome you to Canada because they actually performed hand surgery on the Canadian robotic arm, which has been in space since 2001. And by doing that, they've basically replaced the latching end effector so that the Canadian robotic arm could continue its operation in space. So it just so happened that there was this fabulous American-Canadian handshake in space just in time to welcome you and just in time to make sure that we have a fruitful and very productive relationship during your mandate. Madam Ambassador, welcome to Canada. To close, I thank you all for your commitment to diplomacy. This earth clearly is ours to pass on to future generations in good shape. Il en tient à nous de bien s'en occuper. Merci à tous.
Merci, thank you, Excellency. Maintenant que la partie formelle de la cérémonie est terminée, je vous invite à vous lever pour le départ de Son Excellence et des chefs de mission. De plus, je vous invite à vous joindre à eux et à être des nôtres pour une réception. As the formal part of the ceremony is now concluded, I would ask that you please rise for the departure of Her Excellency and the heads of mission. I also invite you to join them for a reception in the next room. Thank you again for being here today. Merci encore de vous être joindre à nous aujourd'hui.